Hey, what's up guys? Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. I've got a really different video for you. As most of you guys know, you've watched my last couple videos where I talked about being on full-time RV life now. And one of the main things that's really important to my wife and I as we do this is staying connected online, because uploading videos to YouTube, staying active on social media, and also my wife's business, like that all requires online connectivity. And traveling around, that can sometimes be difficult to find Wi-Fi. And so what we do is use a Sprint hotspot, but we also have campground Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, it's usually really far away. So there's a couple options out there in order to boost your Wi-Fi signal, but there's something really special about the folks at Wifiranger. So I reached out to them to see if they would want to collaborate together to make this video. They sent me over one of their Wifiranger packages. So today I'm going to do an install of that device on my camper and kind of walk you through a little bit of what that might look like and how you can stay connected if you're doing an RV lifestyle and want to still be able to be connected to the internet. Then this is going to be a great way. The thing that really sets this one apart is not only is it a Wi-Fi extender, meaning I can reach Wi-Fi signals up to 2 miles away if it's a clear line of sight. In reality, it's around a half a mile or so, so plenty of range to be able to get from my camper to the office or the front desk where most of the Wi-Fi's are located. Not only does it boost that and then repeat it into my camper, it can also pull from multiple networks and basically take all of those connections and then use the bandwidth and funnel it into one connection for my Wi-Fi network. So my goal here is to be able to set this up on my roof, have the antenna go up with my TV antenna and attach it there, run a cable down through the roof of my RV, and then have the Wifiranger pick up the camp Wi-Fi that's at the campground and also my little Sprint hotspot, take both of those connections that aren't super fast and basically combine them and be able to use the bandwidth from both of them into one connection that would therefore just increase my internet speeds, my bandwidth, my uploads, all of that. So that's the goal. It's a very different video than I usually do here on the channel, but like I said, it might be helpful to some of you guys out there, and for me especially, to be able to keep making videos and keep uploading and stay connected while I'm traveling. This is huge. So today we're looking at the Elite AC Pack from Wifiranger. I'm going to open up the box, get on the roof, drill some holes, connect some stuff, and get it all set up. So check it out. All right, so I'm up on my roof right now. Got my drill. They recommended a 5/8 inch drill bit. I didn't have that. I have a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to go through the rest of the way. I actually used an existing hole I had in my ceiling downstairs and then just went the rest of the way up right here. So I just need to finish it off with this 1/2 inch, and then I'm just going to kind of round it out a little bit to get enough room for the Cat 5 cable to go in. So I've got the hole big enough. Just going to do a test fit here. It is a little snug, but that's okay, because I want to make this as small as possible so I don't have that much to patch. So now that this is done, I'm going to actually go and attach the antenna to my over-the-air antenna at the front of the RV. All right, so for this part, I'm up at my over-the-air antenna. This is the one that cranks up and down because that's going to give me the most altitude for this mount. So this is the Wifiranger extender antenna. Basically, this is what picks up the Wi-Fi from further away. And so what I'm going to do is actually mount it just right here, so that it's above the antenna. And the kit, when you buy this, comes with 2 hose clamps, and so that's going to go around this and be clamped on right here in this little groove and right here in this little groove. I'm going to attach it right there to that pole. All right, and once you've got this attached with the hose clamps, you want to go ahead and run your antenna up and down a few times to make sure that nothing you've done has obstructed the mechanism that goes up and down. And then after that's done, they also include a few tie wraps, and you're going to just tie wrap this Cat 5 cable to the bottom of the rail so that it stays out of the way. So let me run this up and down and see how it works. Okay, update. It's taken a lot longer than I expected, but that's not the fault of the Wifiranger system. That is the fault of me and my OCD-ness on cables. I was trying to basically just remove the antenna, the coax coming from my over-the-air antenna, and feed it through that, chase that cable, but in the innards of my RV, somewhere it's hooked that I just couldn't find it. So I spent several hours trying to do that, and it was just a bad idea. So update is I've got it through the roof. I sealed up there. It's not very beautiful looking right now, but my plan is for this coax cable to come basically from there. I'm going to paint it white and go back behind that cabinet. Then I'm going to come drill a hole into this cabinet eventually, not right now, but into this cabinet, and inside of this cabinet I'm going to mount the router. And then my computer and editing setup is here, so I'm going to come from the bottom of here with another Ethernet cable and run some wall hiding cable management here down, so that I can hardwire all of my editing station and my computer straight into the router. So that's the idea right now. But for time's sake, and just for the fact of getting this thing hooked up, your installation probably wouldn't take this long. But for me, like I said, I'm OCD. So I'm just gonna wind up this Ethernet cable up top, plug in the router, and go from there. All right, also in the box is your instructions and 2 Werther's original candies, which I think is really awesome. I'm currently enjoying one right now because this is a little bit of an install process. So I like that it's a little happy little thing there to encourage you. So that's cool. Here's the router. This is what the cable from your antenna plugs into. You're going to plug it into the yellow orangish slot here. That's the Cat 5 cable coming from the roof. And then you have several ports to be able to hardwire, like I'm going to do. I'm going to actually put this directly into my setup. There's also your power and the HAP AC, which is another way to put internet into there, and a USB port if you want to. You can use a USB modem, such as my hotspot, and go directly to this. And then this guy right here, I'm just going to sit on top of that cabinet for now and go into the control panel and show you how to set everything up now. I should also mention that in the box, they include a way to mount this directly to your 12-volt battery. So if you wish to put this onto your battery side instead of 110, I'm just using the included plug to plug it directly into 110 volt. But like I said, you can put this right into your battery wiring, or you can add on another thing, which is a cigarette lighter power, so you can plug this into your vehicle, or if you have an extra one of these in your camper, that you can provide power like that as well. Okay, so I've spent the last few minutes just exploring all the settings in the Wifiranger control panel, and a couple things that I wanted to show you here is, this is how I'm set up right now, and I'm going to show you the screen. Basically what I've done is connected my small Sprint hotspot here via USB cable directly to the router, and with that I'm pulling in my Sprint hotspot, as well as I have connected to the just the regular park Wi-Fi that I've got going on right here. So this little page right here says that all of the different networks that I can connect to, and I can choose any of them. I can connect to it. There's also the campground Wi-Fi here has a verification page, so you'll need to click through on that if you've got one of those. But I can choose based on the strength of the network and what kind it is, so I can see all that information right there, which is really, really great. And one of the things that I am super excited about with this particular setup is to be able to go over to the setup tab. And in this, I've actually configured this system right here, which is multi-WAN mode, multi-WAN mode. And instead of doing, there's a couple different ways: hot standby, load balance, and dynamic. Hot standby basically is like if one connection goes down, then it'll bump to your next one. But what I wanted to do was load balance. And I've just went over here to the top right and clicked on multi-WAN on two of the connections, which is the cellular and the WFR control. So I know this is getting a little complicated, but basically what this means is it's going to draw in the internet and the bandwidth from the campground network and also my Sprint hotspot, combine both of those together into one basically thorough way of a channel, sort of, I don't know how to say that, but basically into one Wi-Fi connection that I can then connect all of my devices in my camper to. And I'm essentially balancing both of those loads, both of those internet connections, and combining both of their relatively slow speeds into one to give me something that's actually really impressive for being out on a campground. So I'm going to do some tests real quick and show you speed tests of just the Sprint hotspot, just the campground, and then connect to the Wifiranger and show you that. Okay, so here is the Sprint hotspot, and I've connected to that Wi-Fi. Again, this is just connected to the Sprint ZTE hotspot, and it's actually connected to the Wi-Fi, not the tethering. Okay, so with just the Sprint hotspot, my ping was 72 milliseconds, my download speed was 5.29 megabytes, and my upload was 0.61. Not really good because honestly, way out here on the island, I've only got 1 bar of LTE. I've seen this actually capable of 40, 50, 60 meg down, but being out here so far away, only 1 bar of LTE doesn't give me a whole lot of speed. So let's connect to the campground Wi-Fi now and see what they have to offer. All right, so looking at the campground Wi-Fi, it looks like they're using Verizon for their service provider here. The ping is 119 milliseconds, so it's slower. The download is actually 11.83 megabytes, so that's better. And the upload is 4.76, which is actually really good. And for me, at least, that's really good. And so that's the campground Wi-Fi. Now I'm going to connect to the Wifiranger and see how it combines everything. All right, so connecting over to the Wifiranger, I got a ping of 77, a download of 28.8, which actually in an earlier test I got one of 34 and 35, and so I think that's just basically the load of the campground Wi-Fi. It's the weekend, there's a lot of people here, so that's going to fluctuate as people are using it, but that's significantly faster than what it has been on any other day. And the upload's only 1.24, so I probably need to change some settings in there to maximize the upload to be able to get it up to just what it was connecting directly to the campground Wi-Fi, but that's probably some settings that I can mess with for that. Okay, so I connected to the Wifiranger and did a speed test on my phone, and I actually got a download speed of 30.1 megabytes, an upload speed of 5.12 megabytes per second, and a ping of 68 milliseconds. So that's combining both of my Sprint network and the campground Wi-Fi, taking the best of both worlds basically and giving me a super strong data connection, an upload speed that's very good for where I'm at in campgrounds and stuff like that, and a decent ping. So that's really awesome how it can combine all of that together and give me great results. Overall, guys, I am extremely pleased with this. I've been at this campground for a week now, and I haven't come anywhere close to these kind of speeds. And so that's really awesome to be able to have something that can combine multiple internet spots. And the other thing that's neat is how big the range is of this, putting that antenna on the roof. I know that's a lot of extra work, but if you need to be connected to the internet, especially for your business, this is the way to do it, because I could even be in a place where there's not a network for, you know, a couple miles, and chances are I'm going to pick it up with the Wifiranger. So consider being at a campground that's near town, maybe just, you know, a half a mile from a Starbucks or a McDonald's or something like that, and your campground Wi-Fi is not great, but you can reach over there to that McDonald's or that Starbucks or whatever it might be, grab their internet and pull it into your camper, and then also combine it with your Sprint hotspot or with other networks and just make a super fast connection. So that is really cool. That's what drew me to this. And again, thank you to Wifiranger for being willing to support this. You know, they didn't actually pay me to do any of this, but they did provide the unit for me to review. And I've tried a few other ones as along with the Redpoint Halo Wi-Fi extender, which honestly didn't do much of anything except for just bring in a network that was far away, and it wasn't even that powerful. So I wasn't pleased with that one. But this one for sure, I know it's a little extra money, but you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So if you are requiring internet access to as you're traveling, as you're on the go, I highly recommend you pick up one of these and give them a shot. So I know it's been a different video for today, guys, but that's going to do it. And I hope it's helpful. If you are doing this mobile lifestyle and you need internet, then hopefully this was a good solution for you to check out. So thanks for watching today, guys. If you want to check out more videos from the channel that I've made, you can click or tap on the screen right over here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for new videos twice every single week. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.